We must acknowledge our dependency and decide if we want Christ to heal us. You got to come to the point of realization that you couldn't move this morning without God. You got to make up your mind that you can't get anywhere without God holding your hands and without God supplying your needs. You got to understand that you are a dependent of God. And when you have acknowledged that, then you must make a decision again. If what you say if is, then you say if was a conjunction or something? What is it? Okay. If you want Christ to heal you, let's backtrack. Only when we admit our needs. Had you ever been around people who you knew had issues, but they keep telling you it's all right? I'm blessed and highly favored. How? Help me now. I'm slow. How can you be blessed and highly favored and you can't pay your light bill? Hello? How can you be blessed and highly favored and you about to lose your car or lose your house? Is that the favor that God wants to offer humankind? No. Why can't you say, I'm having some issues? I'm not sweating the stuff. But if I can get some help, I will see it. Somebody said, is that keeping it real? Don't act. And it bothers me when people try to be so strong and yet so weak. The strongest one of us will eventually become weak and codependent on somebody else. Can I get a witness up in here? No matter how strong you might be right now, but there will come a time your innermost strength will be proven to be inadequate. Am I making it plain? Point two, I'm getting through. When Christ offers radical changes and transformation in our lives, don't brush it off. Don't act as though it's not applicable to your situation. When he offers it, meaning that he has already assessed your matter. And I've asked you some prayer that grandmom and granddad had prayed for you. And he now is working on your behalf. Don't you ignore the fact that while you were yet, I wish I had some help here, while you were yet sinner, Christ died for you. So when Christ offers radical changes and transformation in our lives, gladly accept it. For decades we've been playing with words, transformation, transitioning, and transparency. We've been playing with those words. We have not utilized those words to the fullest. We got to stop transitioning bad things to another area. The church in general, they have been doing it for years, transitioning bad things to a new area and contaminate that area and go to another area. Then they try to bring in transparency. You can't see through a bad area that's been bad over there, bad over here, bad over here. You can't keep transitioning. You got to come in a period of depression, you got to move out of that area. We are stuck on the same frequency. It didn't work last year. It didn't work the year before. We are stuck and we are afraid to move from that frequency. By the way, I the remote control in the house, I just go from station to station. Keep going. I'm getting good at it too. I don't want to get stuck because I watched it yesterday. I don't have to see it today. It's because you made me eat pork and bean and sausage and rice today. You ain't going to make me eat it tomorrow. I ain't talking about people. There'll come a time we have to be transformed and transfigured. Not only that, we have to be transformed from here to there, but then God got to transfigure us. Just because I was reading that once you're saved, you're always saved. And theologians and classical and even modern theologians, they have agreed that once you're saved, you're always saved. That's true. But then there come a point where you can easily become stagnated and develop stunted growth in your salvation. In other words, Bill Bright wrote a book, and the Bible study students have copies, that there are several stages of spiritual maturity, and they have to be done in chronological order. You just don't get saved today and become seasoned tomorrow. There's a growth process. That's why your seeking mother told you have to tarry a little while. And when you tarry, I'm going to put you under my wings and let you grow until you can get off of that milk. I'm building another sermon, too many crying babies in the church. I ain't talking about John and others. I'm talking about big old Christian, still sucking pacifiers, still drinking cinnamon-like milk, still looking for somebody to nurse them. Now you got to grow up and get out of the baby stage. Oh, praise His name. I feel like preaching here today. When radical changes are accepted and transformation accepted. I'm writing a bad paper. I want each of you to get a copy of it once I'm done. And if they put me out of the church, then you know. The truth's going to get us in heaven. And I say to a person something that we talked about. I say, even if I was doing it, it's still not right. I said, wrong is wrong. And what has hurted the church, we have allowed wrong, and we try to make it look like it's right. We try to take a skunk and dress him up like a house cat. But it ain't gonna happen. He may walk and look like a house cat, but when somebody's, you better hush your mouth here tomorrow. When somebody rub him the wrong way, he gonna let you know I'm a skunk. You should have known that when you put me in your house. So the truth will set you free. Point number 3. Let your deliverance be a testimony. I shared in the Bible study the other night that what grows a church when people talks about the goodness of God in an open forum. How the non-believers will become believers if nobody never talked positively about what it means to be a Christian. If nobody never shares that Bilo got the best grocery store breakfast, if nobody, and it's cheap, if nobody never tell you that, you never go by and get a breakfast. So you, like most would say, ain't no grocery store sells breakfast. The last grocery store sold breakfast was Piggly Wiggly. They're out of business. So you will have doubts in your mind, but if somebody testify and talk good about God, it'll make you want to try God. You sitting down in your house, when commercial comes on, you had ice cream nowhere near your mind. You had getting a glass of milk 2 o'clock in the morning, nowhere near your mind. You drink milk for breakfast, but when a good glass of cold milk come on the TV, 2 or 3 chocolate chips, and you don't have it in your house, I declare you get out your bed and go to the store and get it and come back and say, I don't believe it. Testimony to the believers and to the unbelievers. The old church, sisters and brothers, to testify. But now our church have become so methodical and so systematic until we do it by the printed order of service. But there are times God not going to work with your schedule. There are times God going to say, no, I'm not going with your schedule today. I went to your schedule last Sunday, and that's why y'all ain't got blessed. All y'all did went to church and pay your tithe, and you came back the same way. So I want you to come back different today. I want you to be a person who testifies. Not test the lies, but testify. Anybody can test a lie. A lie been being tested forever. The devil was the first one to do that. But to testify. And I'm going to get off this because I'm about to go wild. But I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. I'm not looking at my wife. Now, your testimony should change sometime. If you serve a God and if you only give you bread and water, you can get that yourself. But if you serve a God who can heal you, would you have some help over here? When you're sick, you can turn your life around. That's the kind of God I want to serve. When you deliver, tell somebody. Oh, glory. I'm going to wind it up now. Man still continues the age-old search for remedies. He seemed to